Hey, I'm Bucky Covington. You're listening to the Rick and Bubba Show, the two sexiest fat men alive. Rick and Bubba, Rick and Bubba.
Bucky Covington, his new single, I Want to Be That Feeling. And Bucky Covington joins us in the Broadcast Plaza and Teleport. Bucky, how you doing?
If I was any better, I'd be you, sir. Hey, and just so everybody knows, y'all made me say that.
That's
okay?
right, absolutely.
All right, I mean, I got jokes, but that's just cruel.
That's a great one.
No, you ain't pinning that one on us, buddy. We got our own jokes that are terrible.
That's right. Of course, Bucky's first album debuted #1 on the Billboard Country Top 75, and a sophomore album's coming out in January, and the album called I'm All Right, and we just heard a single, I Want to Be That Feeling. That single will be coming out as well, but there's an opportunity for you to buy the single now and help out a great cause by going to the website helpthegoodguys.com, the Believe Foundation. Bucky, before we go any further, because I want to make sure people this time of year are always looking for things that they can do to help their fellow man. Yeah. Tell us a little bit about helpthegoodguys.com and the Believe Foundation.
Well, helpthegoodguys.com and the Believe Foundation, this is an organization that got started, with police officers and firefighters. They get hurt on the job or, God forbid, killed on the job. Right. Their families go through a whole thing. They do have pensions and stuff that will kick in, but it could be months down the road. And one thing we all know about a bank is you can't call them up and go, there's this thing I've got to handle, I'll see you in 3 months.
Right.
It doesn't work. So we actually put this together, and we'll put events like, for instance, Sunday we have a bowling with Bucky. We're going to come in and go bowling from 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock, acoustic concert. So through music and events, we're going to raise money for immediate relief, financial relief. So, before this fellow, there's a guy in Birmingham, Dean, who just lost his, who got hurt very bad in November. So we're here to help raise some money and get things going for him.
So you have the organization that helps in many different places, and you're in town seeing us today for a specific firefighter that you're doing an event for that's also a part. So you do the events that are for specific families, but you have the organization that helps many families.
Right, local and national. So we'll come in, for instance, to just outside of Birmingham. We're going to Trussville over at Lightning Strikes bowling alley. We'll be bowling with fans that want to come out. I think $25 for the concert and bowling. 10 if you want to just do the concert. So please come on out and A, for a good cause, and B, try to beat me at bowling.
Yeah. How is your game?
Yeah,
what are you rolling now?
I suck. I got to be honest with you. I am terrible. I am so bad that the Wii, the game, the Wii, has actually changed my bowling style. So I reckon it's safe to say I've never had a bowling style.
So check that. If you're listening to us in the Birmingham area, that'll be this Sunday, 1 to 4. You can bowl with Bucky Covington and Trussville at Lightning Strikes, and obviously that will go to help the family of injured Birmingham firefighter Brad Dean. And, of course, if you want to be part, wherever you're listening to the program, go to helpthegoodguys.com, and you'll help the Believe Foundation by getting Bucky Covington's new single, and you can help firefighters and policemen all over the Rick and Bubba listening area.
Speaking of rock stars, have you seen bowling lately on TV?
I have.
How they come out with the smoke and the laser lights, and
Bill Murray has started all this. Yeah. You remember what was the movie?
Kingpin.
Thank you very much, with the rose and the hair flip. Obviously, the coolest bowler ever lived. So actually, I have that ball.
You have?
No, I don't.
With the rose.
So
you're saying?
They got sponsors all over them. They look like NASCAR drivers.
It's very strange.
I've seen some on
Sponsored
TV.
by Monster Energy.
And the teams,
because
the
we
way
know
they
how
dress up.
drain you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
They got free agency now. It's crazy. It's crazy.
I want to ask Bucky about something specific because I think he's one of the few people that might be able to help me. Is your brother still working with you?
Yes. Oh, yes. Yeah.
Well, we hired my brother here, a couple of years back.
You should have called me, man. You just should have called me. I'm kidding.
You're probably right. This working with your brother, how is that going?
Man, well, with me, I absolutely love it. I got to say I love it. Traveling all over the country. So if it wasn't for Rocky, and I'm a twin. Yeah. So, we've shared everything from.
So are Rick and Greg.
Well, how are you, Rocky?
Yes.
Does he do some of your interviews and act like he's you?
If I'm not
Rocky gets the early morning radio show.
That's right.
I'm Rocky. Yeah, exactly.
I would like to ask you, because twins to me have especially if you're identical twins.
Yeah.
And that's you and Rocky, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So there's a lot of fun you can have with that. And I would think that you've probably had some fun throughout your life, but every now and then, do you ever go, all right, tonight I'm playing drums?
Well, sometimes, man, without a doubt, sometimes you definitely want to. But now, after a show, like during a show, no hat and everything, but my brother will wear a hat. And after a show, I put a hat on, Rocky will take his off. And I have been in a bar hanging out and been pushed up against a wall so they can get a picture with Rocky. Doesn't bother me too bad, Yeah, but I love having Rocky out on the road and everything, But now in the beginning, it was something to get used to.
Well, I know that feeling.
How
long till you're used to it?
Yeah.
Still working on it. It's better. It's better. No, it's really good now. Love having Rocky out on the road with.
Well, we've got one rule that Bubba made. If y'all gonna fight, just go outside.
Yeah, just take it outside.
Don't tear up the
Just
equipment.
don't tear up all the equipment.
If you and Rocky fight, get off the bus.
Well, there's nothing worse than when brothers fight, somebody else trying to take one side or the other. It's what's going to happen.
It's not good.
We're both just going to kick the crap out of you. That's
Right,
and then we'll join this back later.
Yeah, because if you ever try to get involved in a fight between brothers, then they team up and they'll fight you back.
Sure.
Now, I'll tell you something else. I was on a street bike out in the middle of Ohio. I mean, middle of nowhere. I didn't know Ohio had these kind of places. We're on the interstate, and I'm like 75 miles an hour on a cafe bike, right? And I've even got my girl on the back with me.
Sure.
And
so you're rolling.
yeah, we're going pretty good. And I run out of gas, and I'm like, oh crap!
Run out of gas.
And sound check's coming up, and I'm out of gas. So I looked at Rocky. I'm like, I signaled to him, I'm out of gas. We slow down to about 60. He reaches an arm back and pulls me for 5.5 miles to a gas station. Stopping was not an option. He sucked on drums that night. I mean, he was terrible.
His arms were like,
hi-hat kept falling behind. I was like.
Well, man, but you pull your brother on a street bike for 5 miles.
It was, I didn't yell at him that bad after the show. But, God bless him for out on the road. Love him.
Bucky Covington, he's got the new album coming out in 2012. He's got the new single out now. If you want to find out information, go to rickandbubba.com. We'll put in show notes today, or you can go directly to helpthegoodguys.com. And don't forget, coming up on Sunday, he's a fun guy.
I got to ask the question.
He's down to earth. But do any of us here believe that was really him?
I think that was Rocky.
If I got an identical twin brother, he would do all the early interviews for me.
No question.
Yeah.
No question. I mean, to me, that's not even up for debate. I mean, if I, unfortunately, Greg doesn't look enough like me.
Did you notice how?
No, I don't think we can pull that off.
You notice how much this, and I'm using quotations, Bucky was bragging on Rocky about how good it was to have and how he did a great job pulling the bike because Bucky couldn't remember to fill up the gas tank.
So you're saying?
So I'm thinking it was really Rocky, not Bucky.
So you're saying that we just interviewed Rocky?
Hey, there he goes.
There goes Rocky.
Hey, Rocky. See, we know Bucky wouldn't get up this early.
But look, and
good to see you, Rocky. Tell Bucky we said hey.
And the thing that you hit on, that
he was
Bucky
really building
sure was complimentary of Rocky, wasn't he?